Just like to introduce myself, Corey Ison of Pulse Kitchens and Interiors in Tamworth, with myself and a couple of partners, Simon Baker and Rodney Walker. We're a local manufacturer that have been in business now for 19 years, and we've sort of slowly progressed from manufacturing. We've also got a retail showroom which we do a lot of selling out of. We've got 20 guys on staff at the moment. That includes 4 in the showroom, and we've been implementing things over the last 19 years. Sort of growing through CNC machinery, then into software to be able to get us to the point to be able to manufacture a lot easier than what we have in the past. We do standard kitchens. We do a lot of commercial joinery. We also do build vanities for like on volume type base for the market out there, such as other retail outlets than ourselves. Basically, we sort of implemented, or sort of tried to implement, different systems and processes over the years to track better ways to manufacture stuff with time. But we got to the point where a couple of years ago, I just sort of said, what the systems that we have don't work. So it took 2 years to get to the point of where we are now, and just through magazine, through industry magazine, through supplier magazine, I sort of come across the Empower advertisement, and also through one of the local state governments, Business Connect. Just sort of by coincidence, in a period of about 2 weeks, we had a guy by the name of Brian come and see us about implementing different types of software and trying to help smaller businesses like ourselves gain more control over what we do. And lo and behold, that's when sort of Empower, the idea of Empower was born. We got to the point where when we sort of implemented Empower, straight away we put the PCs on the factory floor. We also implemented scheduling, and we've also got to the point where we've been talking about implementing like the quoting side of things from the front end, to be able to give the business control right from the front all the way through to the back. The good thing is, what we found with Empower is it actually gives you a lot of accuracy in the way that you track stuff, but also to the point of everything that you need to know is at your fingertips. It's not a running around trying to get answers, trying to chase down different people. It's all there, and it's a very, very simple system. Once you learn, of course, there's a little bit of learning involved, but it gives you control. It's also helped us a lot on like productivity, to be able to find answers on productivity, and also to be able to track like our work in progress at the same time. Which me is sitting from the front end of things and making decisions. I can make decisions a lot quicker without having to chase 47 different variables to get you the answer. The good thing is what we've found is, with it, we've been able to get to the point where we've been able to get a lot less labour hours and do it more productively. I suppose is the best way to answer it. Which it's absolutely been significant in what we do. So it's been good. The other good thing is also less management hours, especially for like myself and the other 2 partners. It lets us concentrate more on the stuff that helps grow the business, that helps develop what we want to do. Because at the end of the day, we've got an envisionment of growing our retail presence, like within our showrooms, from going to 1 to 2 to possibly 3. And without being able to get the back end right, it's a very, very hard thing to be able to just go straight out the front and say, this is what we're going to do now. Because we are, we're a strong company that believe in being in control of a lot of stuff that we do. And Empower's just let us, and it's let us get to the point of being able to start saying, well, this is actually can be a reality. And also in what we've done since we've had it, you actually can believe, what it is that you're trying to achieve. The other big thing is also the data entry, like especially from managers, like myself and my two partners. It's also starting to get to the point where we're culling more and more of that time, because as managers, data entry is something that you lose a lot of time on. So that's a very, very big helpful tool with what's going on.
Corey, can I clarify there, mate? Are you talking about your previous systems when you're using Word documents and spreadsheets?
Oh, fully. You know what I mean? Because
so you're replacing all that?
Oh, we're replacing all that. And because at the end of the day, like through Excel or something like that, you have to physically develop it. So you've got to tell it, you've got to, formulate cells and all that. And like to actually set up a spreadsheet to do what you want to do, might take you 6 hours, it might take you 6 weeks. Again, it depends on how well you can get the time to concentrate on to do it. Once you've got it in, it's a good system, but it is limited because it doesn't adhere to anything else. It doesn't lead into any other system or anything like that.
It's all in isolation.
It's all isolation.
Yeah.
So this is what Empower is letting us get to the point of being able to pull this together. Which is very good. And still where we are now, I still believe that we're only 60% of seeing the power of what Empower can do.
So 60% of the full implementation of Empower.
Yeah. So to me, like with what I've seen happen so far and the feedback that I've got from my partners, I believe if we're only 60% of the way there, how good's it going to be when we're actually right on top of the whole thing? I think it'll be absolutely sort of mind blowing, to tell you the truth, which is exciting.
So how long have you had it in? Sorry, how many months?
I think we got Dave over here Easter time. When was that? April. So
it's not long.
It's not long. It's not long at all. So it's a very, very positive thing that and it's good too. It's given not only myself but also my partners that little look, there is technology out there to help us. It's not all from our head, and it doesn't all have to be us being down there on the floor like what we were 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I mean? As you want to grow, I suppose a little bit of a skill set loses off the floor, and it's a very hard thing to try and track. So that's where we're at. But it's been a major improvement in our organisation. Right across the board. From the back end right through to the front end, and as I said, I still only believe that we're 60% of actually being there. So how good's it going to get? That's exciting stuff for me as a general manager sitting where I am to see where's it going to end up.
Awesome.
Gives you the confidence. Gives you the confidence to take the next step. And not sort of is it going to work? Is it not going to work? So yeah. So
would you take a phone call from someone on it, or?
We sure would, yeah, by all means. Phone call, or I know that we're sort of in the bush here in New South Wales, but like where Tamworth is, it's halfway between Sydney and Brisbane. So anyone can feel free to call in and have a look and go through the system. We've actually had a couple of guys, in the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks that have come and Simon's given a good rundown on the. On how it works over here on the production side of things. So
you must be fairly happy because both are bored.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyone can come for a wine tour up the valley and come and see you.
And come and see us up here in the up here in the bush. But as we said, like Tamworth, where we are up here, we've got 50, 60,000 people in the area, and the other thing is too is where we are, we're limited by how many cabinet makers I suppose there are in our area. So we have to find and implement better ways and better processes to manage what we do, and as we said, Empower is just so far it's been very, very empowering, I suppose, pardon the pun, for us, but it's we're excited about where it's going to end up and where it can actually take us, so
awesome.
So by all means, like you can, if you just want to contact us on 0267 621022, that'll get to the office, and then you just either ask for myself, Corey Ison, or one of the partners, Simon Baker and Rodney Walker. So
cheers.
That's it.
Thanks, Corey.
Thanks, Sean. No worries.
Good on you.